Okay, so we have our y-axis rails installed. You will notice they stick out a little bit out of the support brackets. That is by design because I bought all the rails and even the linear thread lead screws 400 millimeters. So this was designed to be more or less 400 millimeters, and this was designed to be less than 400 millimeters because I can space these out in such a way that if the table comes out this way, I can get more clearance this way, so it does not make that big of a difference. Vertically, I'm only intending to go so high, so I do have a lot of clearance vertically, and that's again by design, just in case I start getting into more advanced 3D printing. I should mention this is my first 3D printing. I have never 3D printed before. So this is an experiment all in and of itself. So we'll see how this works out. I've done a lot of reading as far as 3D printing. I'm sure I haven't done enough. I'll start printing some pre-designed prints just to test it out. As far as the mechanisms for a 3D printer, they're no different than those for a CNC. They have a y-axis, an x-axis, and a z-axis. For the most part, they both use stepper motors. So I had been reading a lot about a CNC, but I found that was going to be a bigger project than I wanted to do at this time. So that's why I'm going with a 3D printer first to learn some of the motion and design aspects of it. Plus, I really do want to do some 3D printing. Who wouldn't? Next, I'm going to mount the stepper motors for the z-axis as long as with the linear screw, and on top here there's going to be some bearings. The way that I'm going to do it right now, I'm assembling this in such a way just to show you. I am going to have to most likely remove the linear lead screw to do some adjustments, and we'll get there if we get there. I'm not sure if I will need to, but right now I'm just trying to assemble it to make sure all the pieces that I have so far fit together. Alright, so as you can see, I have the z-axis brackets, stepper motor, lead screws on both sides set up. I have the backslash nuts installed. The top bearings are installed. I might need to tweak it a little bit. I won't know that yet until I put the piece that goes across for the x-axis. I just wanted to make sure everything fit as it should have. So I'll continue assembling what I do have, and I'll finish this video when I have the rest of the parts ready. What I will be mounting next is the extruder stepper motor bracket. That's this guy. Goes on top here with the stepper motor, and this that I have yet to assemble. There are plenty of videos out there on YouTube showing you how to assemble this, so I'm not going to go through the whole assembly process with you. So I will assemble this together with the stepper motor onto the bracket and mount the bracket onto here. Okay, so this is what we have so far. We have the extruder head mounted, the linear lead screws, the z-axis rails with the bearing blocks, the y-axis rails with the bearing blocks, the stepper motor are mounted. So the main part that's missing right now is the x-axis, and there's a reason why I haven't installed that yet. I'm still working on it, and I actually wanted to create some separate videos on what I'm doing with that so you can see how to build it yourself. I'm using aluminum plates It is 1/4 inch by 3.5 inch wide, and you'll see the length of each side. Just to give us an idea, this is what we're building. It's in an angle, so as you can see, it's not that far off. Based on the design, so far we're on point. So the next video you will be seeing will be the building of those plates for the x-axis. Then I will continue with the assembly.